The Breakfast Club of SandiCare, the best in town. News and culture, stories to share. Inspiring voices showing they care. Oh, SandiCare, we tune in every day. With laughter and wisdom, they light up our way. From serious topics to a joyful spree. The Breakfast Club, where we all feel free.
Welcome to the Breakfast Club of SandiCare podcast. My name is Cameron, and let me introduce you to the rest of the SandiCare Breakfast Club.
Hi, I'm Susanna.
Hi, this is Ricky, aka Ricknado.
Hi, I'm Josh.
Manakna.
Hi, I'm Caroline, and my friend Dorothy is behind me.
What?
And she want to say good morning to all of you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to SandiCare.
Hi, Coffee.
Hi, my name is Kayla.
Hello, folks. True.
Hi, I am Jennifer.
Hello, I am Heather.
Hi, my name is Rihanna.
Hello, my name is Seth.
Introducing Ramon, working the SandiCare soundboard.
Hello, everybody.
And introducing Delphina W. Gilbert, Administrator and Proprietor of SandiCare LLC and Assistant Producer of the Breakfast Club of SandiCare podcast.
The mission of SandiCare is to provide caring services that promote the improvement and quality of life for citizens with intellectual and developmental disabilities. This is made possible through compassion and integrity. We are dedicated to providing a meaningful and innovative environment through community engagement while addressing activities of daily living. That's SandiCare. I'd also like to say thank you to all of our listeners. You have been caring and devoted to this program. It is you that contribute to the well-being and learning process of our individuals.
On this episode, Ramon has put together some segment called I Didn't Know That. Ramon, do you want to explain it?
No. But lucky for you, it starts now.
Live from SandiCare Studios, it's the SandiCare Game Show. And now, with no more further ado, may I present to you Ramon working the SandiCare soundboard.
Thank you, and welcome back to another edition of the SandiCare Game Show. I am your host, Ramon, working the SandiCare soundboard, and this time we're going to play a little game I created. It's called I Didn't Know That. Now everybody's wondering, what is this game about? It's just a simple trivia game, but I try to put together some questions that I think nobody really knows. There will be some multiple choice, and then there will be a lot of true or false, and I will provide the information afterwards so they can, in fact, pass that information along to another person so they can say, I don't know that. So, are you ready for the two teams?
Yes.
Ready, Ramon?
All right, let's start off with Team Toast. Well, Team Toast, we have Susanna, Kelsey, Josh, Andrew, Jennifer, and Lauren. Okay, now, come on out, Team Coffee. Team Coffee, we have Cameron, Kayla, Heather, Brianna, Marion, and Ricky. Without no further ado, let's get started. So the categories for today is sports, movies, food, and music. Now we're going to see who goes first. We're going to flip a coin. Kelsey of Team Toast. What's it going to be, heads or tails?
Tails.
All right. Kelsey of Team Toast has called tails. Let's see what it's going to be. Oh, it is heads. So Team Coffee will go first.
Yeah.
Kayla,
Yeah.
pick a category.
Movies.
Okay, for how much?
For 200.
In the movie Candyman, there is a scene where Candyman actor Tony Todd appears with bees coming out of his mouth. Was this real, or did they use special effects?
I think it's real.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's real. Josh, you.
All right, Team Coffee, what is your first answer?
We're going with it's real.
All right, Team Toast, what do y'all think?
We all think it's special effects.
It was actually real. In Candyman, Tony Todd had to fill his mouth with real bees during that trademark scene, and he got stung 27 times because of it.
27 times all over his teeth.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch
Yeah.
indeed.
Good thing he wasn't allergic.
Ouch indeed. Todd wore a mouth guard to keep the bees from crawling down the back of his throat. He was also sprayed with pheromone from a queen bee to try to keep all the honeybees on set happy. Yeah.
That sucks.
So, Team Coffee starts off with the lead with 200 points. All right, Sue from Team Toast. Pick a category.
Food for 300.
Oreos are vegan. True or false?
True.
My guess has to be true.
False.
I think so.
Eggos eating a milk shake.
What?
What? Andrew, we're not even talking about that.
All right, Team Toast. What do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be true or false?
It's true. Oreos really are vegan.
All right, what about you, Team Coffee?
True.
True. It seems like Milk's favorite cookie can actually be dipped in oat, soy, or almond milk for a delicious vegan snack. These iconic sandwich cookies don't actually contain any milk products or eggs, so they are vegan friendly.
We got it right.
I want some now.
So the score is Team Coffee with the lead with 500 and Team Toast with 300. So we're going to go with Ricky. Ricky, pick a category.
Music for 200.
Metallica is the first and only band to have played on all 7 continents. True or false?
True.
True.
False.
Looks like Team Toast has some disagreements here. You guys got to come together with a unified answer. We're going to go to Team Toast first. Lauren, what's your answer for your team?
True.
All right. Team Toast is going with true. So Team Coffee, we're going to go with Cameron. Cameron, what is your answer?
We're gonna go with true.
All right. So the answer is yes, it's true. Metallica is the first and only band to have played on all 7 continents, including Antarctica. According to various sources, they achieved this historic feat with a concert in Antarctica in 2013, as reported by the Guinness Book of World Records.
Ooh, amazing!
Josh, pick a category.
Sports for 100 points.
The oldest player to ever appear in a Major League Baseball game. What was his age? Was it A, 48, B, 54, C, 59, or D, absolutely none of the above?
Oh. Absolutely none of the above. Maybe D.
Both teams are thinking right now.
I hear you. I say absolutely none of the.
Kelsey of Team Toast, what is the answer?
C.
All right, she picked C, which is the age of 59. All right, Team Coffee. All right, Heather, what is your answer?
D. None of the above.
Heather and Team Coffee is picking D, absolutely none of the above. All right, here is the answer. Satchel Paige made his Major League debut at the age of 59 with the Kansas City A's in 1965. He pitched 3 innings, striking out 1 batter and allowing 1 hit. He was the oldest player to start a game and the oldest to record a strikeout. A Negro League legend and a Baseball Hall of Famer, his fastball was 100 to 105 miles per hour in his prime years. So, Team Toast wins that round. They picked C.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah. All right, so currently, Team Coffee still has to lead with 700, but Team Toast has 600, so they are 100 points behind. They are still in this game. Marion, pick a category.
A music for 100, please.
None of the Beatles could read or write music. True or false?
False.
What do you think, Jenny?
True. False.
True. True.
All right, everybody has came up with their answers. We're going to start with Team Toast. Andrew, what is the answer for your team?
True.
All right, Team Toast says true, that they could not read or write music. Okay, we're going to go over to Team Coffee, and we're going to go with Brianna. What is your answer for your team?
We're all gonna go with false.
All right, Brianna says false for her Team Coffee. So here's the answer. True. None of the Beatles could read or write music.
I didn't know that.
Paul dabbled in piano and trumpet lessons, but no member had any formal music education. They purposely didn't want to understand key elements of music like harmony and chords because they didn't want to be held back by rules. So, Team Toast will get the 100 points for this question. Jennifer of Team Toast, pick a category.
Food for 200.
Is tomato a fruit or vegetable? All right, we're going to go with Team Toast. Josh, what is your answer?
Vegetable.
All right. Team Toast says tomato is a vegetable. All right, we're going to go over to Team Coffee, and we're going to go with Cameron. Cameron of Team Coffee, what is your answer?
Well, I'm gonna go with fruit.
All right, Cameron of Team Coffee says fruit. So here's the answer. Tomatoes are actually fruits, not vegetables. Tomatoes are fruits that are considered vegetables by nutritionists, Botanically, a fruit is a ripened flower ovary and contains seeds. Tomatoes, plums, zucchinis, and melons are all edible fruits. All right, so Team Coffee gets the 200 points for getting the answer correct.
That's great.
Heather of Team Coffee, pick a category.
Music for 400.
Plants can grow faster when exposed to music. True or false?
False.
True.
True?
False.
True.
I think it's false.
True. True.
Okay.
We've got some arguments here
Maybe.
between
What do you think,
Team
Jen?
Toast. You guys got to come up with a unified answer. Okay, we're going to go with Jennifer of Team Toast. What is your answer?
False.
All right, Team Toast says false. Okay, we're going to go over to Ricky. Ricky, what is your answer?
True.
All right. Ricky of Team Coffee says his team says true. Let's see what the answer is. It is true. Studies show that plants grow faster and healthier when exposed to music, particularly classical music. The vibrations from the music are believed to stimulate plant cells and increase photosynthesis. So,
I know my music.
You're
Team
good.
Coffee gets the big 400 points for their team. Team Coffee has taken a commanding lead with 1,300 points, and Team Toast has 700 points. So they have a lot to do to catch up. Andrew, select a category.
Iffies.
Movies for how much?
Free.
All right, he's picking movies for 300. A Bug's Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and Wall-E were all brainstormed over a single lunch. True or false?
Maybe false. Okay.
What do you?
False.
True.
We're going with Kayla with Team Coffee this time. Kayla, what is your answer?
True.
All right, Kayla says true for Team Coffee. We're going to go over to Team Toast. Kelsey of Team Toast, what is your answer?
True.
All right. Kelsey of Team Toast said her answer for the team is true. What is the answer? The answer is true. As a Business Insider says, in the summer of 1994, animation director John Lasseter met with 3 other colleagues at a restaurant by their studio. Pixar feature film debut Toy Story was due to release in a year, and they had to quickly come up with ideas for their next project. During the lunch, they discussed early concepts of what would become A Bug's Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and Wall-E. So yes, they came up with all those ideas in a single lunch. Bonus fact. Did you know that Steve Jobs of Apple's fame was one of Pixar's founding directors?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is so cool, Ramon. Thank you.
All right, both teams received 300 points for that answer. Lauren of Team Toast. Pick a category.
Mommy.
For 100 or for 400? All right, she picked movies for 400. Walt Disney had mouse phobia. True or false? He was afraid of mouses.
True. True.
False. False.
All right, we're going to Team Coffee. Marion, what is the answer?
We all decided to go with truth.
All right, Marion says true. Walt Disney had mouse phobia. All right, what about Team Toast? We're going to go with Andrew of Team Toast. What is your answer?
Truth.
All right, both teams are going with true. Let's see what the answer is. It is true. Walt Disney was afraid of mice, a fact that makes the iconic Mickey Mouse all the more intriguing. He described himself as someone who was scared of mice. Despite this fear, he created Mickey Mouse, a character who became a global phenomenon.
Ooh, that is what's up for sure and big.
Both teams answered true, so both teams will get 400 points. All right, the current score right now is Team Coffee with 2,000 points. All right, but Team Toast is behind with 1,400 points. If they can get a couple answers correct and Team Coffee get a couple incorrect, they'll be right back in it. Kelsey of Team Toast, pick a category.
Sports.
For how much? 200, 300, or 400?
400.
All right, Kelsey is going with sports for 400. The USA has won Olympic medals in every sporting event in history. True or false?
True.
They have many different sporting events in the Olympics. The question is, the USA has won Olympic medals in every sporting event in history. True or false?
True.
All right, Josh of Team Toast, what is your answer?
True.
All right, he's going with true, that they have in fact won Olympic medals in every sporting event in history. Now, Heather of Team Coffee, what is your answer?
True.
Okay, both teams are going with true. All right, let's see what the answer is. The answer is false. The USA has never won Olympic medals in just 3 sports: handball, badminton, and table tennis. Whoa. Wow. Both teams got the answer incorrect, so there's no points for both teams.
Oh, man.
Cameron of Team Coffee, pick a category.
Food for 400.
A lemon contains more sugar than a strawberry. True or false? A lemon. Y'all know what a lemon is. Y'all know what it tastes like. It contains more sugar than a strawberry. True or false?
True. False. True.
Brianna of Team Coffee, what is your answer?
We're going with true.
All right. Brianna says true for her team. All right, we're going over to Team Toast. Jennifer, what is your answer for your team?
False.
All right, let's see what the answer is. It's true. Lemon contain around 70% sugar, while strawberries have only 40% sugar. Despite having nearly twice the sugar content, lemons taste sour due to the presence of citric acid, which can range between 3% to 6% of the fruit. The high acidity in lemons overpowers the sweet flavor of the fruit, creating a sour taste. Team Coffee once again get the big 400 to add on to their score. Team Coffee now has a commanding lead with 2,400 points. Now, Team Toast is still behind. They've got a lot of work to do. They have a score of 1,400 points. Team Coffee, Ricky, pick a category.
Movies for 100.
In Home Alone, The tarantula on the face of Wet Bandits actor Daniel Stern, was it a real tarantula or a fake robotic tarantula created by the prop movie department? All right. Team Coffee. Kayla, what is your answer for Team Coffee?
Real.
All right, she thinks the tarantula was real on Home Alone. All right. We are going to Team Toast, and we are going to go with Lauren. Do you think the tarantula was real, or was it a robotic prop from the prop department?
Well.
All right, she said it's real, so both teams think it's a real tarantula. Let's see what the answer is. It's a real tarantula.
What?
In Home Alone, the prop department originally created a fake tarantula to put on Daniel Stern's face, but the director made them use a real one.
What?
Also, the tarantula name was Barry. Wow.
Yeah.
While prepping for the scene, the animal trainer on set said, "Just don't make any sudden threatening moves and you'll be fine." Daniel responded, "But I'm going to be screaming in Barry's face. Do you think he'll feel threatened by that?" The animal trainer simply said, "Barry doesn't have ears. He can't hear, so relax." Oh my God. Would you guys relax if y'all had a tarantula on your face and you got to scream?
No.
All right. Both teams got this correct, so they both get 100 points. Sue of Team Toast. Pick a category.
Let's go with sports for 300.
Until the year of 1991, soccer was illegal in Mississippi. True or false?
False.
False.
Ricky of Team Coffee, what is your answer?
True.
All right, they're saying true. They think soccer was illegal in Mississippi until 1991. All right, we're going to go over to Team Coffee, and we're going to go with Andrew. What is your answer for Team Toast?
True.
All right, both teams pick true. Let's see what the answer is. The answer is true. The specific reason for the ban is unclear, but it is believed to have been a result of the state's strong tradition of American football and a perceived lack of interest in the sport of soccer. Both teams receive 300 points. All right, we're down to our final 3 questions before we get to the final question. So, Heather of Team Coffee, pick a category.
Music for 300.
Prince played 27 instruments on his debut album. True or false?
True. True. False. True.
You keep on going with the true.
Brianna of Team Coffee, what's your answer?
Inside true.
All right, Brianna says it's true for Team Coffee. All right, we're going to go to Team Toast. Jennifer, for Team Toast, what is your answer?
True.
All right, both teams says true. Let's see if this is the correct answer. The answer is true. On his debut album, For You, Prince is credited with playing 27 different instruments. The long list includes mostly guitar-style instruments, keyboards, synthesizers, and percussion instruments. He also wrote, produced, arranged, and composed the entire album.
Wow, I never knew anything of that.
That first album he did it by himself. Yeah. Congratulations to both teams. They both received 300 points for this question. Team Toast. Josh. Pick a category.
Food for 100 points.
Is avocado a fruit or a vegetable?
A fruit. You think it's a fruit?
All right, we're going to go with Team Toast. Josh, what's your answer?
Vegetable.
All right, is that what your team has agreed upon?
That's what my team has agreed upon.
All right, they think avocado is a vegetable. All right, let's go over to Team Coffee. Let's go with Marion. What is your answer?
We are going with vegetable.
Marion and Team Coffee believes that it's also a vegetable. All right, let's see what the answer is. Avocado is a fruit.
Oh, tricky. I said fruit first.
Botanically, it's classified as a large berry with a single seed. While often used in savory dishes like vegetables, avocado developed from the flower of an avocado tree and contains seeds, which are the defining characteristics of a fruit. So both teams do not receive any points from this question. All right, we are down to our final question. Andrew, pick a category.
Sports, but for due to budget.
All right, the final question. Sports for 200. Minoru Yoshida of Japan has the world record for the most number of non-stop push-ups. How many non-stop push-ups did he do? A, 10,507.
What?
B, 5,564. Or C, 8,497 non-stop push-ups. Oh my God. All right, we're gonna go with Team Toast. How many non-stop push-ups did Minoru Yoshida do?
C.
They're going with C, which was 8,497 push-ups. All right, we're going with Team Coffee. Let's go with Kayla. Kayla, what is your answer?
A.
She's going with A, that Minoru Yoshida did 10,507 non-stop push-ups. Let's see what the answer is. The answer is A. He in fact did do 10,507 non-stop push-ups.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
He needs some milk.
Team Coffee got this question correct.
Yay.
They received 200 points. So the score is Team Coffee with 3,300 points and Team Toast with 2,100 points. Uh-oh. You know what that sound means? That sound means it's time for the final question in the game show we are calling I Didn't Know That. Team Toast, are you ready for the final question?
Yeah.
Team Toast again. Are y'all ready for the final question?
Yeah.
Team Toast, are you ready for the final question?
Yes.
Bruh. Again. Team Coffee, are you ready for the final question?
Yes. Really, Lauren? You're on our team.
Hey, you take it. Okay. Take it.
He still thinks that's okay.
All right. This question is for 1,000 points. This is in the music category. Pay attention, everybody. Which music artists have the longest album name in history? Is it A, Chumbawamba, B, Fiona Apple, or C, Soul Wax?
So
All their names.
C.
Chumbawamba is I get knocked down, but I get up again, and they never gonna get me down. You got the whiskey drink? Get some lava drink. That's Chumbawamba.
C.
All right, Brianna from Team Coffee. You must give us the answer that your team has for the final question for 1,000 points. What is the answer? Who has the longest album name in music history?
I'm gonna go with C.
Brianna and Team Coffee picks C, which is the group called Soul Wax. All right, Team Toast. We're going with Sue. What has your team selected?
C.
You are also going with C, the group called Soul Wax. The answer is A, Chumbawamba. Remember the one-hit wonder band from the 90s, Chumbawamba? You know, that group who sings Tub Thumping, I Get Knocked Down When I Get Up Again? Well, if you bought the album, you already know that they are in the Guinness Book of World Records for the album with the longest name in history. Are y'all ready for this title? All right, y'all. Let me take a breather. It is called The Boy Bands Have Won. All the copyists and the tribute bands and the TV talent show producers have won. If we allow our culture to be shaped by mimicry, whether from lack of ideas or exaggerated respect, it would help if you never try to freeze culture. What you can do is recycle that culture, take your older brother's hand-me-down jacket and restyle it, refashion it to the point where it becomes your own.
What?
But don't just regurgitate creative history or hold art and music and literature as fixed, untouchable, and kept under glass. The people who try to guard any particular form of music are like the copyists and manufactured bands.
A few moments later.
Doing it the worst disservice, because the only thing that you can do to music that will damage it is not change it, not make it your own, because when it dies, then it's over, then it's done, and the boy bands have won. I did not touch it.
Okay.
He needs some milk.
That is the album title.
Oh, wow.
Due to nobody getting that answer correct, nobody get any points. So, we're going to go to the final score. First, we've got Team Toast with 2,100 points. And the winner is Team Coffee with a score of 3,300 points. I'd like to thank both teams for competing in such a game where a lot of the questions they didn't know. And this was a lot of fun. And we'll be back after this brief coffee break.
Hi, this is Heather. This is SandiCare on the road. We just got back seeing Marvel Thunderbolts. We're going to ask everybody about the movie. Mike, what do you think about the movie?
I loved it. It was funny, and got to see the 2 secret end credits. Got to see the second end credit. We got to see the Fantastic Four showing up from another dimension, which is pretty cool. I'm a fan of the Fantastic Four. Love the movies.
Hey, Susanna, what do you think about the awesome movie Thunderbolts?
I loved it. It was amazing, and I absolutely loved it.
Cameron, what do you think about the movie?
I like to see the Thunderbolts movie. It is so nice to see, and I ate a lot of popcorn and drink a lot of fruit punch. And it got the belly's gonna get exploded. And I just want to say thank you for saw the movie, watching end credits, the Thunderbolts movie, and I like it.
Heather, what do you think about the movie? You know, I fell asleep today, otherwise I loved it. Once again, this is Heather. This is SandiCare on the road. We're out. Peace.
Hi, I'm Cameron. The Breakfast Club of SandiCare podcast is available free on Spotify. Check this out. That I love you more than anything else in the world.
Hi, this is Jennifer. Like us our Facebook at SandiCare LLC.
Hi, my name is Marion. Follow us on Twitter at SandiCare LLC.
Hi, my name is Sue. The Breakfast Club of SandiCare podcast is available on TuneIn and Alexa. All you have to say is, Alexa, I want to listen to the Breakfast Club of SandiCare podcast.
Playing the Breakfast Club of SandiCare podcast from Amazon Music.
Want to ask us a question? Do you have a comment? We will read and respond to your questions and comments on the Breakfast Club of SandiCare podcast. Email us at sandicarebreakfastclub@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.
Hi, Caleb here. Would you like to become a member of the Breakfast Club of SandiCare podcast? Do you have a waiver that supports people with developmental disabilities? Then contact us at sandicare12@gmail.com. You could be with us in our studio or through remote services.
This concludes this episode of the Breakfast Club of SandiCare podcast. We will now leave you with an inspirational quote.
To know is to know that you know nothing. That is the meaning of true knowledge. Socrates.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye and thanks.
Goodbye. Bye. The Toto say goodbye. My dog Toto say goodbye to all the SandiCare people. I guess we're going back to the Wizard of Oz land. What? See all the little people. Bye-bye. It's Marion and Dorothy. Bye-bye.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Goodbye. Bye.
SandiCare is a proud member of the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce.
Driven by a community strong and true, developmental disabilities they break through. With every episode they make us see the power of love and unity. Oh, SandiCare, we tune in every day. With laughter and wisdom they light up our way. From serious topics to a joyful spree, the Breakfast Club where we all feel free.